What's up, guys? Back again today on the 99 F150 4.2 liter V6. Yesterday I was working on removing the water pump down there, and I just did a quick video on some of the steps for that. Kind of some things I didn't quite get to are, there's a bracket here, you can't really see it in the dark, but to the right side of your water pump, 2 bolts go into the pump and 2 bolts go into the head. I think that's the head, yeah. And I'm not really sure what the purpose of it is, but I put it back. I don't know. Anyways, there's 2 big 15mm bolts that go into the head that were pretty stiff for me. And what I ended up doing is heating those and putting a little bit of penetrating oil on them, just with a big breaker bar to help get those free. But other than that, everything came out pretty easily. Didn't break any bolts or anything. So today I wanted to give you a quick overview of reinstallation. What I did is, on my gasket, I cleaned off the mating surface really well with an air grinder and a Scotch-Brite pad, and cleaned that up. And then with my new gasket, I put RTV black, just a thin layer on both sides. I guess it's in my toolbox, but you just want to do a thin layer. And then there's a product made by 3M called weather strip adhesive, and I use just a little bit of that to stick the gasket in place and hold it as you're trying to maneuver that pump in there. It'll just hold the gasket where you need it to be. Then go ahead and put all your bolts in. There's not really a definite There's not really a definitive diagram online of what bolt goes where, and actually just about all of the 9 bolts are different, so it's kind of annoying. But what I ended up doing is, for sure, at the 12 o'clock position is one of the short 10mm bolts, and then down at the bottom at about the 7 and 5 o'clock positions are the other 2 short 10mm bolts. And then on the right side, you're going to have 3 long bolts. 2 of them have studs on them. It's focusing on my hand. 2 of them have studs on them down there. Those go into that bracket. And then I actually lost 3 bolts, so I just bought 3 of the long 10mm bolts for the remaining holes. So hopefully that helps. If you're having trouble with it, go ahead and comment, and I'll try and get back to you about that. But anyways, then you'll bolt that up and torque it to, I think it's 22 foot-pounds. Between 17 and 22, I think is what the spec is, so I went to 22. Then what I did, to get this lower bracket bolt out down here, you actually had to remove the power steering pulley. So I did that, put that back on, and went ahead and installed my water pump pulley just to put the belt on and run it and watch for leaks. So I've run it for about 15 minutes now, and everything looks good. There are no leaks. Went ahead and bled the cooling system. To do that, just leave your radiator cap off over here and run the car with the heat on the vents on the max blower setting until the thermostat opens. And normally you would look for the cooling fan to kick on, and that tells you your thermostat is open. But on this vehicle, you're just going to watch your coolant level and watch for it to drop. Or another pretty sure way is to look at the cooling, the gauge in the car, the temp gauge, and watch for it to be just above the middle, and then go ahead and shut the car off. You'll want to watch that pretty close, because without a cooling fan, you've got nothing to cool your radiator down, so if it starts getting hot, shut it off right away. But that's just a good way to test before you put everything back together. Now the last things to do are lower the shroud with the fan down in there, tighten the fan up, and put the last couple shroud bolts in, and should be the end of it. So I might be back with a part 3 just once everything's together. Otherwise, hopefully this helps, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.